Hi, Juicy. Hi there.
Good morning. Private class this morning, huh?
So far.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, my snow has not melted, but it's definitely warm out. I have this rhododendron bush right near my front window. And when it's really cold, the leaves are all curled up like this. And then they'll spread out when the weather's warmer. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
going out for a walk after this.
That's your thermometer.
That's my thermometer. That's what I look at every morning.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
when it's really cold and the leaves are really curled up, and then they kind of flip down a little bit. Like when it's warm and they open up, they also rise up a little bit. It's really it's astonishingly accurate.
Yeah. Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
I love different flowers, different trees. Yeah, I'm looking this way because I'm looking outside right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Outside is that way for me too. Yeah. Yeah. Still a lot of snow, but maybe by the end of the day today, it's going to be in the 40s all day.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Cool or warm, as the case may be.
Yeah. Check that out. Go for a walk. Wow, it's 39 already?
Yeah.
Thereabouts 37. It's
Yeah, it
going
is
to-
not the end of winter, but it's kind of nice to have a couple of days where it's a little warmer.
So it's going into the low 50s. Huh.
Hard to believe, right?
Yeah, nice. Where Tuesday is going to be a high of 29.
Yeah.
That'll change.
Yeah.
Good morning, Gina. Are you there, Gina?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. I turned my alarm off and like got out of bed at 8:30.
This is the one good thing about Zoom yoga, right? You can just roll out of bed.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, I actually was a couple minutes only away from the studio. Yeah, I was like, I walked there once or twice. So
Yeah,
I'm like and I'm a mile from Michael, like when he does the outdoor stuff, not even.
Uh-huh.
So
well, as the crow flies, you're real close, but you gotta take a circuitous route to get to my place.
yeah.
All right. Usually, around this time, 2 more people come in. But tell you what, let's get started. Close your eyes. Lower your chin. And begin half circles. Take it into a full circle. Reverse direction. And then bring your head back on your shoulders, tilt your head to one side, and move it forward and back. Hi, Stephanie.
Good morning.
Hi, Maureen.
Hi.
And then go to the other side. Stephanie, is that picture new?
My kids got me that. It's fabric actually, and yeah, my children got it for me for Christmas. It took me a little bit to hang it up, but yeah.
And then come back to center and lay down on your back, bring your knees into your chest. And wrap your arms around and roll from side to side. As though you are giving yourself a massage using the floor as your massage therapist. Now, come on into happy baby. Continue to roll side to side. You can open up the legs a little if you are able to. And come back onto the back and then lengthen the legs wide. And then bring them back in again and then open it up. Just go back and forth a few times, stretching out through the back of the legs and the inside of the legs. When the legs are straight, open them up, bring them together, and then open them up and bring them together. Do that a few times. Now bring them together, straight up. Take your left leg down to the mat in Tadasana. Take your hands behind the right calf and pull that leg towards you. Play with straightening the leg out completely and then bending it if you're feeling tight, otherwise just keep it straight. Now, from here, if you want to get a strap, put it around the ball of that uplifted leg. In the meantime, you can rotate your ankle. And then from here, so take that strap around the ball, that foot, step on the gas pedal, straighten the leg and step on the gas pedal. And arms are straight. So you're reaching up as high as you can, arms are straight. And then once you're set, try to keep your hands where they are and bring your shoulders down to the mat. Now lift your lower back up off the mat. Keep that lower back lifting. That takes a lot of strength without lifting that right hip. Now take the strap in only the right hand. Take the left arm out to the left on the mat. Externally rotate that leg. So the right leg is lifted. Externally rotated so the toes are pointing out. And then start to lower the leg in the direction of the shoulder. Try to keep it high. Straighten that leg a little more. And if the foot was to come down to the mat, the big toe should touch first. Huh? Yeah, so that's why you're bringing it up higher. Maureen, I can see you.
My internet went out for a minute.
Okay. Keep your left hip down. You're not rolling to the right at all. Now bring the leg back up. Same leg, switch hands. Cross that leg all the way over and down. Now you can bring it all the way down or you can set it on a block. Keep your right arm out to the right. Try to keep the right shoulder down as you stack your hips, one above the other. Now, we often talk about the integrity of the spine. Feel the alignment of the spine. You should have a back bend in your lumbar spine, but you may not, because this is a challenging pose. Try to get the back bend back into your lumbar spine and recreate lordosis. At the same time, you're lifting up your sternum. You're reaching through the bottom of that left heel. You're reaching through the bottom of that right heel. All right, bend that knee. Come on back, onto your back, hug the knee in. Bring the other foot in. Both knees are in. And take that strap without even, just from one foot to the other, without even taking it off individually and putting it on the other. All right, extend the right leg along the mat into Tadasana, left leg straight up. Take either your hands behind the calf or Achilles or the strap around the ball of the foot. If you're using the strap, you're stepping on the gas pedal. So that's not a pointed foot. It's pointing somewhat, but it's not fully pointing forward. Toes are not as far away from you as you can get. Now, arms are long. Shoulders down to the mat. Lift the low back. Inner spiral that right leg. So the toes are straight up. Outer spiral that lifted left leg and start to lower it down towards the shoulder. Keep your right hip down. Use the obliques on the right side of your torso to pull down. Your lower back is going to go to the mat. You want to keep it up, but it'll probably go to the mat. Keep outer spiraling that leg. Inner spiraling the right leg. Now bring it straight up. Switch hands. Lay it all the way across and down. Left arm out to the left. Straighten that leg as best as you can. Reach through both heels. Lift, if you will, through that lumbar spine and through the sternum. So bringing the lower back towards the belly button. Chest up towards the head. Twist your left shoulder down. Make sure your head and neck are in alignment with your thoracic spine. Now bend that knee, rolling onto your back, bringing the knee in, joining it with the other knee, set the strap aside, wrap your arms around, roll from side to side. And set your feet down close to your hips, knees are bent. Arms are alongside the torso, palms down, lift your hips up, coming into a bridge. Now, once you're up, bring the shoulder blades as close together as possible. Press down into your feet a little bit more and isometrically push your feet away from you and come up even higher. Now begin to press into your upper arms, lifting the hips even more. Press into the feet even more, lifting higher. Bring that chest towards the chin. Back of the neck is off the mat. Your gaze is straight up. Now sweep your arms overhead. Take the shoulders out from underneath. Start to lower down, one vertebra at a time. Bringing the lower ribs and the hips closer to each other in the front. So the glutes come down last. Once again, bring the knees into the chest, this time wide. Take your shoulders down to the mat. Then take your hands underneath your knees and start to roll forward and back. And then roll up and come on to all fours. Hands and knees. And spinal wave. Just a few times because you should be feeling pretty open. Rolling from side to side. Now come back into neutral table. Make sure you bring your neck and head into neutral table, in line with the thoracic. Take your right leg and extend it back behind you. Now bring that knee into the chest as you look back towards the knee. Hug it in, lift that foot up also. Extend it back behind you. Bring it underneath without rounding into cat. Just bring the knee in. Take the knee out to the side, back behind you, and underneath, completing the circle and continuing. The more you do this, the more you want to inner spiral and outer spiral that leg so that the femur head moves in the hip socket. Then set that down, neutral table, aligning the spine. Left leg reaches back. Bring the knee into the nose and look back. Bring the knee towards that nose. Lift it up high. Lift up the foot. Extend it back behind you. Then bring the knee underneath and then out to the side. Back behind you as you begin to circle the knee. And then begin to add outer rotation and inner rotation. Then extend that leg behind you. Set it down. Come into extended table. And then reach back into a child's pose. Lift the elbows. Come up on top of or onto the fingertips. Rotate your biceps up towards the ceiling. And set your palms down. Step your right foot forward. Grab your blocks. And start to work your left leg, your back left leg, the front of it, and the back of your front leg, your right leg. Now step that foot back, step the other foot forward. Now step that foot back. Set your blocks to the side. Extended table. Curl the toes. Hold the pubic bone up towards the chest. Hover your knees 1 inch. While they're hovering an inch, slide your shoulders forward and then slide them back. Slide them back deeply, like you're going to take your glutes right to your heels. And then come forward again. You might be shaking from the get-go. Slide it back and come into down dog. The back of your legs should be feeling pretty open because of what we've done already. Step 1 foot forward and then the other. Open it up, come up halfway. Release back down. Do it again, come up halfway. And lower down. And then one more time, coming up halfway, lowering down, and then come up all the way, sweeping the arms overhead, bringing the arms up, and then palms together, down in front. Come right into your tree pose, lifting your right leg. Come into airplane. Come on back up into tree. Step back to warrior 1. Now, work this pose. Reach through the back edge, back line of that back leg. Straighten that leg a little bit more. Work the back hip forward. Take your hands to your hips. Now from here, keeping your torso in extension, start to lean forward. Bring the torso parallel to the floor without resting it on your thigh. Shoulder blades coming together. Reach the arms back behind you. Then reach the arms forward and come all the way up. Now from here, come into a standing split, reach forward, torso parallel, then arms down, floating that back leg up, straightening out the standing leg, lifting the upper leg. Stepping into Uttanasana. Rolling all the way up. Shifting your weight to the other foot so the left foot raises up into your Vrikshasana tree pose. Airplane pose. Back up into tree. To warrior one. Once again, deepen the pose. Work the back leg, press through the back heel, press into the outside edge of that back foot. Hold the pubic bone up, release the tailbone, alleviating any lower back pressure, and take the hands to the hips. Start to lift up through your sternum. Start to bend forward, staying in extension as you fold forward. Keep your right glute from going out to the right. Torso parallel to the floor, reach the arms back. Shoulder blades come together. Reach the arms forward. Now lift up. And then reach forward again. And set the hands down and come into standing split. And set the leg down. Foot right next to the other foot into Uttanasana. Soften the knees. Roll all the way up. Coming up to Tadasana. Bring the feet right next to each other. And inhale into chair. Now deepen your pose. Sit a little deeper. Exhale into a forward bend. Inhale, open it up halfway. Exhale, release. Place the hands down. Step your right foot back, then your left foot. Plank pose. So this is what I'm going to have you do. You're in your plank pose and you're in one of two variations. Either the back line of the body is completely straight or you have the hips in line with the shoulders. So bring the body completely straight. Remember, the hips do not hammock, they do not sink. Now bring the hips in line with the shoulders. The shoulders stay over the wrists. You do not slide back. You lift up by pulling the belly in. Now bring the back line of the body in a straight line. Lift the hips up, even with the shoulders. Lower your knees. Lower all the way down to the mat, slowly. Keeping your hands to the outsides of your chest, elbows coming towards each other. Legs together, inner spiral them. Inhale, lift your head, your neck, your shoulders, and your chest is reaching forward a little bit without pressing into your hands. Use just your back muscles. Keep the back of the neck long so you're not looking forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Press the tops of your feet down stronger. Curl your toes and come into plank and back into downward dog. Now take your right hand and grab the outside of your left ankle. And lift up underneath your left armpit. Bring that hand back. Go to the other side. Set that hand back. You're back in your down dog. Walk your feet forward, small steps. Come in your forward bend. Bring your feet next to each other. Inhale into chair. Bring your hands together in front of the heart. And twist the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Now, move your hips to the left so your knees are even with each other. Top of the head is front and center on your mat. It did not move other than to turn to face the direction you're twisting. And then release back to the floor, hanging. Inhaling into chair. Arms come together, twisting to the other side. Move those hips so the knees stay even. Press one palm into the other. And release. Take your feet shoulder width apart, just hang. Now bend your knees and come on into your Malasana. Start to lift up through your chest. Align your spine, including your neck and head. Now, round forward, stretch out that lower back. Engage Mula Bandha. Coming into Uttanasana, bringing the feet a little closer, hip distance. Stepping your right foot back. Take your hands to the inside of that foot, that front foot, and deepen. Try to come down onto or close to your elbows. You can put a block underneath your forearms or blocks underneath your forearms. Now walk your hands over to the right as you spin that front foot so that both feet are facing the same direction. You're in a wide leg forward bend and just come into this pose. Pivot back towards the front of your mat. And in a lunge pose, the back heel is lifted and the foot is facing forward. You can either step forward and step the other back or jump switch. Pivot that back heel down. Walk your hand, so both hands are to the inside of that foot. Deepen this pose by lowering your elbows. Now that front glute wants to go back towards the side, long side of your mat. Send it back towards the short side of your mat. Press into the outside edge of that rear foot. Come back up onto your hands, pivot your front foot, coming back into your wide leg forward bend. This time walk your hands over to your right ankle and draw the torso over that leg. Coming through center to the other side. Release back to center. Walk your hands forward. Lift your heels up. Jump your feet together. Come on down onto your mat. Now let's just do a simple twist. I heard a crash. Did somebody fall?
I don't know. No.
All right, so the left leg is tucked under, right one is crossed over. Now, before we initiate the twist, I want you to just feel both feet. So the back or the closer foot, which would be the back foot, your left foot, flex it as much as you can. And then the front foot, you want the bottom of the foot down, if at all possible. Now, take that right glute and lay it down. You may have to get that back heel out of the way. Take that loop, put some weight on it. If you need to go, I'm exaggerating, but if you need to go side to side with your hips to help loosen it up along the outside of the right leg, maybe the top and inside of the left leg, or if you're feeling it somewhere else, that's where you're feeling it. And now the hands are on the outside of that knee. Pull that knee over towards the left shoulder. And as you're doing that, you're lengthening out of the hip joint. You're not jamming the femur into the hip. You're kind of pulling away from that hip joint. And take your left arm, wrap it, grab the left wrist, continue that action. So as you're pulling with your arm and you're trying to do this, I'm going to exaggerate, you're trying to do this without the arm, the elbow coming off the leg. You're going this way. At the same time, you're going this way with the hip. So that it's opposite actions. This is coming, knees going one way, and you're trying to bring that hip the other way. That initiates your twist. Take that right hand behind you. And you use that right hand to help you sit up a little taller if you kind of round it. And then keeping the knee moving to the left of you, twist the torso to the right. Now, if you want a really deep variation, you take that left arm and bring the whole upper arm to the outside of that leg. Now, what you want is for it to be on the outside of the thigh, not just on the top of the thigh. If you can't do that, then just keep your elbow wrapped around. But if you can get that to the outside, then just sit up straight and bring that right glute down. You're in the beginning stages of Cirque du Soleil. Try to release your shoulders downwards. And then very gently soften and release. Back to the front. Sweep the arms all the way over to the other side. Sit up real tall here. Lift up through the sternum so you can lengthen along the back line of that torso. And twist. Now, coming towards the front, releasing back to the front. I'm going to have you come into Janu Shirshasana. There's going to be a short forward bend. So the bottom of the left foot is to the inner right thigh. You come forward over that extended leg. And then you lift back up again. And you go to the other side. Same thing, play with it on this side. See how you feel. The same, tighter or looser. Each time you roll to the left, try to keep that knee from moving to the left. Now, stabilizing your pose. Reach the left glute down. Move that knee towards the right shoulder. Bring the lower back forward. Sit up taller. And then wrap that arm around. Grab that right wrist. Continue the same action. Start to reach the left hand back. Opening up to the left side. Continuing to move the knee towards the right side. Use that hand behind you to lift up through the sternum. So you're twisting to the left. If you want to take that upper arm to the outside of that quad, you can do that and go deeper. When you do that, there's a tendency to round the spine. So see if you can stay open. And then gently release, slowly relaxing and coming back through the front to the other side. Get some real height here. Lift up, lengthen through the back line. And then release to the front, coming into Janu Shirshasana on this side. So the left leg extends, bottom of the right foot to the inner left thigh, and forward bend. Now lift up, straighten that right leg under the Paschimottanasana. Now lift up from here. Bring both legs in, cross them into a seated position. Roll forward onto your hands. Take your legs back behind you and come into downward dog. From your down dog, step your left foot forward. Come into warrior two. We're gonna move nice and slowly here. Just moving fluidly. And from your warrior two, open it up to peaceful warrior. And then slide into Parshvottanasana. To Trikonasana. To warrior two. And then very slowly windmill forward and down. Stepping back. Either stay in down dog or move through a vinyasa. And then step your right foot forward, warrior two. To a peaceful warrior. Parshvottanasana. Right into Trikonasana. Into your warrior two. And then you windmill. Forward and down. Place your hands, step back. Either stay in Adho Mukha Svanasana or move through your vinyasa. From here, come on down onto your forearms, clasping your hands. Let your head hang. Reach your hips up and back. Now slide forward. Wiggle your feet back. Bring the shoulders over the elbows. Start to lower your hips. Unclasp your hands, spread your elbows. Come all the way down. Reach the arms back. And lift up just your legs. Shoulders lift up also, but the arms are down, hands are down. Lower the legs. Come on into child's pose. And then come on into an inversion. Feel free to do more than one inversion or go into your Shavasana. Move your fingers. Wiggle your toes. Move your head from side to side. Bend your elbows. Draw one knee in, followed by the other. Then roll to your right side. And come on up to a seated pose. Bring your hands to your hearts. Giving thanks as always. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Namaste.
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 Thank you.
Michael.
Bye. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Hey, Michael,
Yeah.
have you finalized the schedule for Sonam's next visit yet?
No.
Oh, you haven't? Okay, because I haven't heard back from you. I just wanted to make sure. Okay,
What time do you want?
I can take any time. I only need 30 minutes. So I
How's it-
can work around, like,
How's it looking?
did you say 11?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Okay, bye now.